Hello, my YouTube friend. Today we're gonna go through my New York Comic Con haul. This year going to Comic Con, I was kind of like, I wasn't having it. I wasn't feeling it. In the past, I've always done long, intense booth tours, and this year, after last year's experience with all the waiting, trying to get the pops and the Funko Pop line, and all that, I was like, I just didn't feel like filming. I'm actually kind of a little bit burnt out, so I was like, I wasn't sure how much I was going to enjoy Comic Con, but my wife said, why don't you just go, have fun, and don't worry about the filming. So I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. So the first day I went to Comic Con, I was kind of having that like, dreading, trying to wait for the pops, trying to get pop. It's such a madhouse. I'm always so miserable at Comic Con. Like, I absolutely love Comic Con, but I also hate Comic Con. I hate the big crowds. I hate the long lines. I hate the waiting. There's a lot of things that are just not comfortable, that are overwhelming to me. But I enjoy all the people that come up to me and say hello. I enjoy meeting people from YouTube that I watch or they watch me. And I just enjoy the pop culture itself. So that's why I endure. Okay, so I got into the Comic-Con. That was pretty easy. Went right in the line. And the first thing I did was I walked by the Funko booth. I was hoping maybe I could talk to someone and be like, hey, is there any way I could try to get a couple of the pops? So I just didn't feel like waiting in line. But it was already really crowded. And this is like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. So I knew the Funko booth was something I was going to have to try to tackle at the end of the day. So then I decided to go to the Funimation booth. I really wanted the metallic All Might. And I got to the line. And the line was right on the edge of the booth of security. I was like, oh, great. There's no big, giant crowd outside. So I was like, oh, can I get in the line? The guy's like, the line's capped. Come back in 5-10 minutes. I was like, okay. I wasn't thinking about it. So then I decided to go over to the Cryptozoic booth. And that's the first things I picked up. So the first thing I got was the limited edition Mira Bombshell statue. I absolutely love this figure. I think she's really adorable. I love the box art on the back. This one's limited to 750 pieces. So I know she's pretty rare. So I got that. And I also got the white and gold Wonder Woman. This is limited to 350 pieces. Not a Bombshell, just their other statues that they make. Absolutely adorable. I accidentally damaged the box at the con because of, the crazy lions and all that. Sometimes things get damaged, which is a little bit of a bummer. But still very happy to have her. I think this one was 35. Maybe they're both like 35 to 40. I think the total with tax was around 80 for the pair, which is great because they're selling for like triple on eBay. So I'm thrilled to have those. So I was like, all right, sweet. I got two of the things I really wanted. Now let me go to the Funimation booth. Now I walked over to the Funimation booth and it was a madhouse. It was like 30 people deep. Everyone's like walking around and bumping into each other and like kind of screaming and like trying to get in the booth. And the Funimation people are like screaming like, we can't have the crowd here, blah, blah, blah. Like I couldn't really hear what they were saying because it was just so crowded and so loud. I was just like, oh, overwhelmed. I can't take this. I was just like, my worst fears are coming true. It's like, it's going to be crazy today. I'm going to be overwhelmed. And then I saw someone handing out tickets. I'm like, okay, I know what they're doing. Like, I didn't have to hear what they're saying. I could tell they're giving tickets for people to come later. So I went over, I grabbed the ticket. The ticket said 3 p.m. So I knew it. I'm going to come back to the line at 3 p.m. Now, it was only about 11 at the time. So in my mind, I was thinking, okay, what am I going to do? I decided that I'm going to walk over and look at the comic books. Honestly, the comic book area at Comic-Con is the easiest place to kind of shop and walk through because there's not as many people there for actual comic books, which is sort of sad to me because Comic-Con should be about comic books, but it's more about the pop culture. But I love comic books, so I actually went over there just to hang out in the comic area to look through comics. I figured it would be a little bit less crowded. I'd be a little bit less overwhelmed. In the past, I've never really had time to look because I filmed booths. And the few places I look at comics, they're just overpriced. So I never thought, I don't know if there's stuff for me to find. I was looking, and in my mind, I was thinking, I needed a little bit of luck today because I was just like, this is not going so well. And I found a comic book, and it was a Porky Pig comic book with a leprechaun on the cover for $5. I was like, I'm going to buy this. This is going to be my good luck charm for the day. And then I just spent a few hours actually going through the comic books. I actually found a few vendors that are selling Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age comics for $3 to $5 a piece. And I found probably about 100 comic books I thought were really cool. I'm going to put that in a separate video. So you guys that love the comic book videos, I'll have a separate video just for you guys. Okay, so after I was going through the comic books, I was heading back to Funimation. I bumped into a few people along the way. I took pictures. It was really nice talking to everyone. And I got to the line. I had the ticket, got right in the Funimation booth. That was awesome. The line was actually pretty short, so that was only like a 20-minute wait. And then when I got to the end of the line, they were limited to 2 All Mights per purchase. I was only going to buy one just because there's a lot of things I wanted to buy, and I don't really flip stuff. I never really buy extras to sell. I like leaving stuff there to let other people to get it, you know, because I know there's a lot of people that go to the con that want to get stuff that aren't able to get it, and it bums me out when I can't get stuff, so I really don't go out of my way. But as I was about to order, I saw Dom from Box Attack taking a photo, like, right next to me. I don't think he saw me, so I was like, hey, Dom, you need All Might? And he's like, oh, hey, how you doing? So, you know, I've met him before, so he's like, yeah, sure. So I ended up getting him the All Might, and I got the All Might for myself. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so here's the New York Comic Con exclusive. They probably had it at a couple other conventions. They end up showing these things at a few conventions. But this one has the New York Comic Con Funimation sticker. It's the metallic All Might. Super happy to get that. That was one of my top wants for the year. Now, the retail price was $30, so it was high for a pop. I don't really like paying that much for a new pop, but I knew this one was going to be in demand, especially with the new season coming out. This is probably my favorite line right now to collect. There's a lot of new ones coming out that are kind of hard to get. So I knew I wanted this one, and I'm so happy I was able to get it. So awesome. So pop number 1 down. Now, this year's New York Comic Con had an amazing selection of pops. I wanted them all. I didn't think I was going to be able to get them all, especially the limited ones and the exclusive ones. But I was going to try. So as you guys know, I was kind of like, I don't like the crowds and all that. I always find Comic-Cons better when you're with someone. So I was like, hey, Dom, do you mind if I tag along with you for a while? And he's like, yeah, sure, let's hang out. So I ended up following him around. Now, Dom is such a people person. It's a pleasure watching him film. He just goes right up to people. He films stuff. He's got a confidence with talking to people that I lack, and I really respect that. I thought it was really fun just watching him work and film and all that. So since I wasn't filming Comic-Con this year, I thought it was kind of cool. I ended up being in his video. And so you guys can check that out. I'll actually link it below. So that was really fun. And so at the end of the day, at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, we decided to go try to get into the Funko booth. And at that point, the 3 o'clock lottery winners were still in line at 5. Something happened that really screwed up the lottery line the first day. I know a lot of lottery winners were really bummed out because they ended up not getting that much. So we hung out for a little bit. And then Seth from What's Poppin' came over. And he's like, oh, hey, Sean, what's going on? So we hung out. I hung out with him and his friend Vince. And we had a kind of a fun time just chit-chatting, talking about Pops and YouTube and whatnot. So a guy from the Funko booth came over and he gave us kind of a heads up, like the Funko line's going to open up soon. So I was like, all right, awesome. So we got in line and I ended up buying like a third to half of the Pops that they put out. So I was actually pretty happy about that. All right, let's start going through all the Pops I picked up. So day 1, I got the Dr. Frank Poole from 2001, an awesome sci-fi movie. Love that movie. Awesome pop. I was actually really happy to see them make the 2001 line. Love the box art. So that is really cool. Now, a lot of these you end up being able to get as a shared exclusive. I almost like the shared sticker better because that's the Statue of Liberty. But it's still nice to actually get the con pops. Okay, next we have Keith Haring. This one's super cool. I love the artist-themed pops. I would like to see a lot more of those being made. I got the Filch and Mrs. Morse from Harry Potter. So that was pretty cool. That one seemed to stick around a lot, so I think that one would have been easier to get. I got the Fade Rafa from Dune. This one's super cool. I kind of want to see more Dune pops and maybe like a 6-inch sandworm. That would be pretty cool, but I'm actually really happy to get that. I thought that was cool. Again, the box art is fun on the back. A lot of these had cool back arts. The Keith Haring I didn't show. That one is also cool. Harry Potter just had the standard back. But I like when they have like a unique back where it's just the one pop. I think that's cool. Okay, and then we got the Debbie Harry. I love it. Again, really awesome back. I love any of the Pop Rocks pops, so I thought that was really cool. Happy to add that to my collection. Now, I didn't get any of the really rare exclusive ones. None of the My Hero Academia. Probably none of my really top wants, except for this one. This is probably my top one. The Jean-Michel Basquiat. Love this one. This one is amazing. Basquiat is an artist I've enjoyed for a long time. Back in the 90s, my best friend in high school and college, he loved Basquiat. So we had all kinds of conversations about Basquiat. Basquiat was a big part of my life. So this was a must-own pop. So I was so happy to get that. I think that one wasn't in as much demand, so I was able to get it. So I'm actually really happy that I picked that one up. Okay, and then I got the really cool Dark Crystal double set with the Wanderer and Heretic. This one is super cool. I'm actually really happy I got this. I need to work on this set. I need to get more of my Dark Crystal pops. Okay, and then I got this one. Super awesome in my book, but very repetitive. I got the Green Hornet double set with Kato and the Green Hornet. Absolutely love this set, but it's just a slightly different pose from last year's set. So I feel like very repetitive, but I love Bruce Lee, so any Bruce Lee pop is a must-own for me. So I'm actually really happy that I got that. I basically told him give me one of each thing that was left, except for the board games, because the board games I think are just the regular ones that you'll be able to pick up in the shops. Okay, so I ended up getting stuff like this, which I don't really know Community, so I normally probably wouldn't have gone out of my way to get this, but getting at the con for retail is awesome, and she does look really cute, so it is a cool pop. So it's the Britta Perry from Community. I thought that was pretty cool. I like the way she looks. I kind of like pops where they're just wearing normal clothing, because I just like the style of them. Okay, we got the Clyde from Wacky Races. I think this was the Funko Shop exclusive. That's the one thing I don't really like is they drop a lot of stuff online while you're at the con. So a lot of people are at the con, they can't get everything. Like I really wanted the Samurai Jack set and I wasn't able to get it at the con. Even though I tried all 4 days, I wasn't able to get it. But it dropped on Friday while I was at the con, so it wasn't like I could order. I was too busy doing con stuff. It always bums me out that they do that. We have Clang from HR Puff and stuff. It's a Toy Tokyo exclusive one. This one's cool. Really like that one. I kind of like when they do oddball 70s stuff. Okay, we have the Zimsha from Doctor Who. This pop's really cool looking. Okay. We have Benson from Toy Story 4. Really like that one. That one is cute. And we have the Professor Pat Pending from Wacky Races, another really cool pop. Really like that one. So as you can see, I bought a lot of pops. I ended up bruising my shoulder pretty bad because I had 100 comic books on me. So that was a lot of weight. I had it on my shoulder. And then I bought another big bag of Funko Pops. I was like trying to carry both of them at once. It's kind of difficult. Oh my gosh. Okay. I ended up getting the Scott Pilgrim 5-star figures. I really like the 5-star figures. I think they're cute. I don't think they're going to have a long life. Like, they stopped making Dorbs. Dorbs are dead. So these, I think, are going to be dead in a year or two. I don't think they're catching on like Funko Pops, but I really like them. And Scott Pilgrim's always been really hard to get, so I think at the con itself, they weren't selling that well, but in the long run, these will be desirable. I got the Madame Maxine from Harry Potter. It's a 6-inch pop. You guys know I love the 6-inch pops. So I was actually really happy to pick her up. I got the Phoenix t-shirt pack. I'm just going to leave this sealed for now because I love the box. I might end up just trying to get the pop itself later on, just loose out of the box. Well, I mean, in her pop box, but out of this sealed box. Like this one I want to keep sealed for my collection. And then I'm going to try to get the Phoenix pop later. I thought that was really cool. She's a really cool looking pop. I love the Phoenix. She's one of my favorite characters. Okay, and then I got another one from the Scott Pilgrim. I have the Ramona Flowers 5-star. She is really cute. I like these. I think they're just really cute figures. I think they're not as popular because they're cutesy, but I like it. I kind of like cutesy stuff. As you can see, I grabbed a lot that first day. Okay, so this one's pretty cool. I got Mimic the Monkey Pez one. I love that he's holding the mini Pez. I thought that was really cool. I think they had 1 or 2 other Pez characters that I forget. I don't think I ended up getting them. Okay, we have Kling from H&R Puff and stuff. Sadly, this one, the box is a little bit damaged, which I didn't catch. Just because of the chaos, I didn't want to, like, hold up the line and whatnot. I should have just double-checked and tried to switch it out. Okay, we got the Edgar Allan Poe. Love this one. Absolutely love when they do, like, authors and directors and real people that created stuff. I love those pops. So he was kind of must-own for me. Definitely in probably my top 10 wants from this year. Okay, we have Miss Sundae from Game of Thrones. I love this pop. She just looks really fantastic. Really nicely detailed. Beautiful pop. Oh, and he's got a cool box too. I love these boxes that are just like one-off characters with just a really fun back. Okay, we got the Dark Voyager. It's the glow-in-the-dark from Fortnite. This one might have been a little bit overkill, but still, I enjoy Fortnite. My son plays, my wife plays, we play as a family, we help each other out on our missions and stuff. So for me, Fortnite's a very special thing. So I do like getting them. Okay, and then we got the Witchy Poo from HR Puff and stuff. Love this one. It's a Toy Tokyo exclusive. Very happy to get that. I think this might have been the first year that I actually got Toy Tokyo. No, I got Toy Tokyo ones 3 years ago. But usually those are a little bit harder to get. But I think the 70s stuff like this is not as popular, so it doesn't sell out as fast. We got the third Scott Pilgrim 5-star, the Knives Chow. She is also really cute. I like these. I think I'm going to go out and try to get more of the 5-star figures in general. Try to complete the set. I don't think they've made a whole ton 50, 100 different 5-star figures, maybe 200, something like that. And a lot of them are on sale. I've seen a lot of stores selling them for like $4 a piece. So I might actually just go on my way and pick up a whole bunch that I'm missing. Okay, and then the final thing I got on the first day was the Wrecking Ball from Overwatch. I love 6-inch pops. I thought this was a really cool one. I love the regular one. This is just a fun, different colorway than the original one. So I thought that was awesome. Happy to get that. So day one was pretty successful. I ended up getting like a third to half of the pops that they put out. I was really happy about that. So day one was actually a lot of fun. I actually went to the fun cafes at the end of the day as well. That was fun to go to. So I started the day being like, you know, kind of not in the best mood. I was kind of like depressed maybe, or just a little bit overwhelmed. But by the end of the day, I ended up getting a lot of the pops. A couple I really wanted, like the Basquiat. And I just met a lot of really nice people, and I hung out with some YouTubers that I knew. It ended up being a really nice day, and I really enjoyed it. So day two, I was going with a good friend of mine. He had some business to do because he's publishing a book. He had to go talk to the printers and the distributors and that kind of stuff. We went to Artist Alley. I ended up getting this book from Sabine Rich. I really like her artwork. I think it's beautiful. You know, she signed it for me on the first page. Her line art is just really pretty. Her sketches she does with watercolors are really beautiful. Awesome book. So I was actually really happy to get that. That's something I wanted. She had the soft cover, which volume one I got 2 years ago. This time she said she had hardcovers, but the hardcovers were limited to just 100 copies. So I was like, yeah, give me a hardcover. It was just $10 more. It was a must own for me. Also on day two, when my friend was at one of his meetings, I was just walking around a little bit, and I bumped into Top Pops and his mom. It's always nice to meet them. They're just the friendliest people, and it's always nice to reconnect with them and talk about YouTube a little bit and Funko Pops and whatnot. So that was really fun. And then at about 2 or 3 o'clock, I actually had to rush home to pick up my son because I promised him that after school we could go to Comic-Con. So the cool kid actually wanted to film a lot. I wasn't really in the mood to film, but he was wanting to film, so I'll do a couple clips from him.
What's up, guys? Welcome to PopFuzz to Play! Today we're at New York Comic-Con. Right now we're with Joey. He's hanging out.
So the cool kid, he sums up the experience of Comic-Con in this one clip.
Yeah, Comic-Con's just waiting in line for just 10 hours.
So the cool kid and I, we had a couple things. I wanted to hit the FYE booth because they had a few of the shared exclusives. So they weren't the con exclusives, but they were the shared exclusives. So the cool kid bought a couple things. He got some It Mystery Minis. He picked up a Funko Pop. I forget what he got. He has all this stuff. He's playing with it. It's all pulled apart. So if he wants to do another video, we'll do another video. But I'll show you what I got. So I ended up getting the Vampire Mr. Burns. That was one I really, really wanted, so I'm actually happy that I got that. Even though it has the shared sticker, I almost like the shared sticker better. Obviously, having the con sticker would make it more desirable. But I also picked up the Kevin Smith Bluntman and Chronic double pack. This one I really wanted. Now, again, it's the shared instead of the con exclusive, but I was still really happy to get it. It was another one to knock off the list that I wasn't able to get the first day. Okay, and then we just walked around a little bit. He was getting a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit cranky just because it was just too much to do and too much line waiting. We went to the Reed booth to try to get the pigeon, and we struck out. So, but by the end of the day, again, we did the whole dance. I hate the Funko booth. The Funko booth at the end of the day, just trying to get into the line. I never know where to stand. I feel like you get yelled at 1,000 times. It's, to me, absolutely miserable experience, and it's even worse when you have a 7-year-old who's dying to get some pops from the booth, but really doesn't want to wait. So here he is in line waiting.
I'm still waiting in line. Blah, blah. I won't get nothing.
So we did the big long wait. It was, the aisle went from the booth all the way towards the other side. And we came in, we waited, an hour or two or whatever it was to get in. And I did end up getting a few pops that I needed. So I'm actually happy about that. So I got the Huntress. She was sold out the first day, so I was actually really happy to pick that up. I actually really wanted that one. And again, it's just a really nice back. I really like the backs this year. Lots of cool, unique, one-off images. And then I grabbed a second Basquiat because Anthony asked me, he said, how did you do the first day? I was like, I was able to get this. I said, I got Basquiat. And he's like, oh man, I really wanted the Basquiat. He said, if I got in the line again, if I could pick him up. So he has a man thing for me from San Diego Comic-Con that he picked up like a month ago. So he's just going to trade me that, and I'm going to give him the Basquiat. So I'm actually really happy with that. Because I really wanted the Man Thing, and he really wanted Basquiat. So I think we're both happy. Then I grabbed the Shrimp Morty from Rick and Morty. That was really cool. The Rick was sold out, though, so I missed out on the pair. And then I grabbed Miss Marvel. Really like this one. This one's adorable. And I love these older 80-year ones when they have the first appearance comic on the back. I have the comic book. So putting this on display with the comic book would be a really cool thing. And then they had the Captain Marvel. Again, his first appearance on comic book, which I have. So putting him on display with the comic would be cool. I thought those were super cool. So I was actually really happy to get those. We got the Daria. Also 90s MTV character. Really wanted that one, so I was actually happy to get that. And I got the Cabbage Man and Cart. Super cool. From Avatar The Last Airbender. I was happy to get that. I know that's one that a lot of people wanted, but that was it. I still struck out. I didn't get the... Was it the Killer Clown from Outer Space was probably my top want. I didn't get the Susie from Stranger Things. I didn't get the Dobby and Stain. I really wanted those. Those were like when the top wants after the Killer Clown. But still, after day 2, I felt like I had another good chunk of the Pops knocked off my want list. I honestly wanted to get them all. So day 3, we would definitely want to do the SpongeBob house. So let me show you some footage from that.
Another 10 hours in line. Boring as heck. Now, and this time it's not for the Funko line. It's for the Krusty Krab. And so we have a nice view. We have TV now. They pulled Daria down there. That's America.
Show your pin.
Also, they gave us a free pin when we went in the booth.
That's super cool.
We got some pops at home. Day 2 for me going. Saturday. Super crowded. Very bored. School yesterday. That was awesome.
The cool kid got a cool lapel pin. I thought it was really awesome. We had a lot of fun just doing the event, and we were actually the last people in line for the game, which also made us the first person for the meet and greet with the SpongeBob character. So that was actually really fun. We got to take the picture with SpongeBob and play the game. So the cool kid was really happy with that, even though we had to wait, a couple hours to get through that. And then we went through FYE again because he wanted to get more of the It Mystery Minis. And he wanted to get a few other things. So I did grab another thing from the FYE booth. I got the Entertainment Earth exclusive Deku. So that one was another one I really wanted. I was actually happy to pick that up. And he grabbed some more Pops. I forget what he grabbed. I think he ended up getting 6 Pops at the con. And 5 or 6 Mystery Minis and a bunch of toys. So he actually had a lot of fun. He enjoys the toy shopping. He just hates the line waiting. Which I agree with him. The line waiting kind of sucks. So it was Saturday. Saturday's the busiest day at Comic-Con, so it's a madhouse. So we were going to try to get in the Funko Booth line again, but I told him we had to try to get in towards the front at the end of the day, because if we get to the back of the line, they're going to sell out of everything that I still needed since I already got a bunch. And we were trying, and they were just yelling. They're like, the line's not starting here. Move on. Keep moving. The line's not starting. It was a madhouse. I didn't know. Eventually, someone comes out with holding the end of the line sign, so everyone's like dashing, and by the time I realized what was going on, we had missed the line. So I was just like, I was kind of bummed out. I knew I wasn't going to get anything else. So the cool kid and I were just walking around just to see if we saw anyone who got in the line. We didn't see anyone. He was kind of upset because he didn't get Susie. Susie was his #1 want. And I was a little upset too that I didn't get in the line. I mean, I already got a whole bunch of stuff, but there was still, the Dobby and Stain, the Killer Clown from Outer Space, the Samurai Jack, obviously any of the limited ones, the vinyl Freddy guy that was really cool, the Batman, the ride. So I was just like, I was a little defeated. And then a very nice young man, I even jumped out of the line because he actually got right towards the front of the line with his mom and sister. He jumped out and he's like, oh, I love your videos. Is there anything you want? We've got a spot right in front of the lines. So I was like, oh man, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I told him my top want was the Killer Clown from Outer Space. If they still had that, I would be super thrilled. And then my son was like, I really want Susie from Stranger Things. If you can help me get that, I would be super happy. So he's like, yeah, I'll try. So he tried to get back in the line, and the guy yelled at him. He's like, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. whoa, you're not allowed in the line. And he's like, my mom's just over there. And he's like, no, if your mom's over there, you gotta wait till she comes to the side. So I felt really bad that he got yelled at by the guys. I went over to the security guy. I was like, listen, I do YouTube videos, and he just jumped out to say hello to me. He was really excited to meet me, and I feel bad that he's getting yelled at. And he's like, all right. He apologized to Ivan, but he still was making Ivan wait until his mom and sister got to like the other side of the line closer to the edge. So his sister actually came over, and the guy's like, all right, if that's your sister, you can go back in. So he went back in, and Ivan got the 2 pops for us. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Ivan. That really, the only person that helped me at the con this year was Ivan, and I really appreciate that. You know, I always hope more people will help me out, get some of the rarer stuff. But most people who are getting 2, 3, 5 of the limited Batmans or the rare ones, they're looking to make a huge profit. So I really appreciate the help. So I got the Killer Clown from Outer Space. I am so thrilled to get that one. That one's amazing. Super cool. And then this is the cool kid, Susie. I had to show you guys this one because he was so happy to get that one. So I was trying to convince him to trade me the Susie for something else because I didn't get Susie. But he's like, no, Susie's mine. So that's my son's. So that was it for Pops. I actually was not able to get anything else that I didn't have. So at the end of the day, we decided that we were going to go see Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob. First we decided to go visit Jacob Chabot in the Artist Alley. He does the SpongeBob comic books artwork. We bought a whole stack of like 11 or 12 SpongeBob comics, and we picked out one to get signed by Tom Kenny. And then we went to the signing area, and they said he was capped for the day. So we decided to make that our first priority Sunday. The next day on Sunday, the first thing we did was we went to the Reed booth right at 10 o'clock when they opened, and we waited for like an hour and a half, and right towards the line was big. I kind of wish we got in a little bit earlier, but we were running a little bit late, so we got there just at 10, whereas I'm sure there's other people that were there a little bit earlier that ran right there. So we waited in line our hour and a half, and they were sold out of the pigeon. Literally about 10 people in front of us. They're like, we're sold out. I was just like, ugh. So I didn't get the pigeon. I was actually really bummed out about that. So I didn't get Samurai Jack. I didn't get the pigeon. I didn't get any of the pigeons, although I was able to order those and a couple of other ones I missed out from the Funko shop. So I was happy about that. But I didn't get the pigeon and the pinstripes, which I really wanted. So I didn't get him. I didn't get the Samurai Jack set. I didn't get Stain and Dobby. And I didn't get any of the limited ones. So there's a lot of the ones that I really wanted that I didn't get. And it always bums me out that even after 4 days of trying, you have to win the lottery. And it's my 5th year of striking out. Well, the first year I went 5 years ago, they didn't have a lottery. They just had a big, long-ass line. So I didn't get anything that year. But the last 4 years, I just didn't get anything in the lottery. So another year of frustration at the Funko booth. So Sunday, after we struck out there, the cool kid was really mad because he wanted to meet Tom Kenny first. And he didn't want to wait. And since we didn't get pigeons, he's like, Daddy, we wasted our time. And he was like really mad at me about it. So I told him, like, I was upset too because I didn't get the pigeon. So I told him, I was like, listen, it sucks, but we're going to go meet SpongeBob now. And I think that's super exciting. So he's like, okay. It was 11:30. I think we waited an hour and a half for the pigeon. Struck out on them. We walked to Tom Kenny. So we got on the line for the 12 o'clock signing. And we waited for, about half an hour to an hour in that line. And then they said, the line's going slower and that they're capping the line. And the current line probably won't get through to 2:30. So we knew it was going to be like 2 to 3 hour wait. But we're going to do it because that was our mission. We were going to get his signature. The cool kid, he got very anxious. He was doing a lot of dancing and jumping around. You know, he's a 7-year-old kid. He really didn't want to wait in a big, giant, long line. But he was super, super excited to meet SpongeBob. So, he would jump out of the line, count. He's like, Daddy, 30 more people. Daddy, 28 more people. He did that like 1,000 times. And finally got to the front of the line and we got to meet him. And that was super awesome. He signed a comic for the cool kid. We got pictures with him. I'll show you all that stuff right now. So that was super fun. So day 4, we did one really awesome thing, and I'm really happy about that. As for the Funko booth, the Sunday they close at 5, so they opened the booth earlier. But it was a madhouse. We knew we weren't going to get in that line in a spot so we could get anything. So we're just like, all right, we're not even going to try the last day because everything that we kind of wanted was already sold out, and it's just not worth it. So we decided to walk over to like the used toy area that's on the other side of the con. And the cool kid actually found a lot of stuff that he wanted, and I found a few things I wanted. We actually did a lot of negotiating, because on the last day you can get kind of deals. So the cool kid like wanted some mini-mates. They're $5 each, and so he basically, we negotiated to see if we could buy one for $5, get a second one for free. They said yes. I ended up getting 2 more Galactic Hero sets. I've been collecting these for years, so at any time I can get them kind of cheap, I'll buy them. The guy had them marked at $10 each. I offered him $5 a piece. He said yes. At $5, I'll buy anyone I see, even if I might have it already, just because I think it's a good price on these. I love these. I think they're super adorable. I found this. I thought this is really cool. So we have a Wacky Races Dorb set. Now, this set wasn't in high demand. They only made 1,500 pieces. I think it was like $80 when it was new. I didn't want to pay $80. Dorbs just, to me, it wasn't worth spending that much money. But I found this. The box is a little bit beat up. It looks like the tape has come open. That corner is slightly ripped. But it was $15. At $15, I'm happy to add it to my collection. So I was actually really happy to get that. So again, on the last day, if you want to go to like the used toy area, you can negotiate and probably find some really awesome deals. At the end of the day on Sunday, it was approaching 5 o'clock. The cool kid was tired. He wanted to go home. We had done a lot of shopping, so we were kind of rushing out. And as we were going out, the last place that we walked by was the booth that has all the Saga stuff. Completely forgot they set up a booth. And I saw this. They had a Gus plushie. I had to get that. I thought he was adorable. Love Saga. Definitely had that. Next year, I need to go to that booth first and grab like a lot of stuff. All the pins and all the toys and all that stuff. Love that stuff. So, to sum it up, I had a lot of fun at Comic-Con this year. I had a lot of emotional swings from being just overwhelmed and not sure how it was going to be and just too much stimulation at once to the point where I'm just like, to just meeting lots of wonderful people and having a fun time with my son. And I enjoyed it. It was a good Comic-Con this year. Still kind of bummed out on how hard it is to get the rare pops, and watching some people that have the social skills to harass people in line and grab, 5, 6, 10 of the Batmans, or, able to get multiples of the rare ones, which denies other people from getting them. I even knew a guy that was able to borrow someone's press pass, and they literally just handed him the Batman and the Freddy vinyl. And he doesn't even do YouTube videos. He just works at a local store. So I just I wish it was easier. I put all this energy into doing Funko Pop content, but I find it so difficult to find any of the rare stuff easily. I have to wait for people to either trade in a big, like, $2,000 collection or just other ways to get it, which my wife said I'll eventually get everything I want. It takes a lot of work. And I'm exhausted. I am worn out. But I'm still having fun, and I hope you guys still enjoy the videos that I make, because I like making them, and I want to do this for a long time. So my favorite pickups are definitely the Killer Clown from Outer Space and the Basquiat. These are the 2 pops that I'm super excited to get. I mean, I enjoy getting everything, but those are the 2 that were on my top 10 list. This is probably my number 1 want. This is probably my number 2 or 3 want. I missed out on the rest of my top 10 list, the Samurai Jack, the Dobby and Stain, and the Batman, and there's probably 1 or 2 others that I really, really wanted. Oh, and the Pigeon I missed out on. But I figure if I'm patient enough, in a few years I'll end up with those. So I just have to be patient. I have to remind myself, if I wait long enough, I get everything I want eventually. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite things were from this haul. I want to thank my patrons for supporting my channel. With their help, I'm able to keep on doing videos like this. If you want to help support my channel as well and help me make more videos, I'll put a link to Patreon right there. If this is the first time watching my videos and you enjoy this mega epic Funko Pop haul, why don't you click the orange face to subscribe? Why not? I want to make more videos like this just for you. I'm going to put a couple other mega epic Funko Pop hauls right there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!